What is good, everybody? I'm your boy Jolly by Nature. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are bringing you our very first team builder of the Pokemon X and Y series of the Blastburn Radio Nuzlocke World Tour. Now, if you're new around here, if you don't know what this video is, this is our safe space away from the prying eyes of our competitors to talk about the competition and our team and our opponent's team and how we are going to approach PvP for this particular series with the intention of winning, because winning is good. We love to win. You'll love to see it. If you're new around here, be sure to like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications. You're going to want all of the great content. New for this series of Blastburn Radio is actually we are going to, instead of, as we've historically done, doing our battles on Pokemon Showdown and just posting the replays in the show notes of the episode, we are going to be doing our PvP battles on cartridge and recording them and uploading those videos here on the channel. So if that sounds exciting to you, if you want to see those high quality battles and our live commentary on those, then be sure to keep your eyes peeled. So chapter 1 of the X and Y series is a wrap. We have all reached Santaloon City and triumphed over Viola. I'm not going to talk about the results of Anna or Celeste's gym challenges or their week in general, other than their teams. You can infer some things for their teams, I think. But as far as like the specifics, you'll either have to go watch their videos here on the channel in their own playlist to find out kind of how they're doing, or just wait for the podcast and listen to them recount it. But as for myself, we made the fateful decision this week to normal mode Viola's gym, which you might be sitting here thinking, Jolly, it's a bug gym. It's a first gym bug gym. How hard could it possibly be to tackle without super effective moves? And I'm glad you asked, hypothetical viewer, because it can be very fucking hard, because Viola's Vivillon has infestation, which means, generally speaking, in a hard mode gym, and especially in an early game hard mode gym, the winning strategy is to cycle your Pokemon, right? To let them spend their HP dealing damage and then switch them out to the next thing until you are victorious and your team is beat to shit. That's how those generally work. Because Infestation is a trapping move, we absolutely could not reliably do that. If it clicked Infestation, then what is in is going to stay in until it is victorious or dead, and very likely that is going to mean it's dead, which is not great. We also came into Viola's gym with a team that was one half grass. 2 of our 5 Pokemon were grass types, and thus weak on the type chart to bug. We're gonna take super effective damage from that infestation, which is not ideal. And even the Pokemon that resisted the infestation damage in our Vivillon Beef Wellington and our Meryl T-Bone, who both resist bug, guess what? Because infestation is a ticking move, it only resists the initial hit, not the ticking damage. So there was a lot of concern that the team was just not fat or offensive enough to reliably do this gym on hard mode. We did it on normal mode, which means we accepted the fact going in that we were accepting a substantial chance that we were going to be coming into PvP in last place this week, with the hope that it would put our team in better place to make up that point differential in PvP. We'll see if that holds true or not. I'm definitely thinking we're going to see mixed results. New to this series is our partial egg lock rule, where at the end of the gym, something that was on the team goes into the box forever, and an egg that was submitted by the community comes out. For this chapter, our good new egg boy is Optimus here, the Poniard, which was submitted to us by our good friend LA Caveman. I believe that is what our good friend Pat, who prepared our egg box, told us at least. So LA, shout out. Optimus is great. We love her a whole lot. Poniard, really, really interesting as a very early game encounter. It's a black and white Pokemon, and specifically it's a black and white Pokemon that was from fairly late in the Unova region. And because of the way the level curve in Unova works, a lot of those Pokemon that are late encounters evolve at really high levels. And Poniard is no exception. Poniard does not evolve into a Bisharp until level 52. But it also has like reasonably high stats for an unevolved Pokemon at this level. At this level, where just about everything is unevolved, his stats are actually pretty high and is really good. This Pawniard has perfect IVs, which, thank you. Thank you for this wonderful gift. It's adamant natured and defiant, which defiant I think is really key here. I'm gonna put my money down right now that we're gonna see a lot more like traditional competitive strategies in PvP this season than we do normally in the Nuzlocke World Tour, because of the Eggmon and because of people sending in Mon that know things like Defog and Stealth Rocks. And so having a defiant user to punish Defog or punish Intimidate is really, really powerful. And yeah, it's a really great Mon. Moveset that it was given to us with is Headbutt, Sucker Punch, Stealth Rock, and Mean Look. Getting that Chapter 1 Stealth Rock user is great. It's huge. Sucker Punch is always a phenomenal move. Little disappointed that we didn't pull Pursuit, if I'm being 100% honest. Pursuit would have been so good. But that being said, this is still like a really strong learn set. We put in huge work in Heart Gold, Soul Silver with a strong dark type with Sucker Punch. I'm not sad to have another one. Also, and this is really, really important, our good girl Optimus is holding a choice band. You can see that on the screen. Can't you? Yes, you can. Bottom screen. Haha. I know how screens work. You can see that she is holding a choice band, which is crazy good. It's so good that we have access to a choice band. Because we can move that around however we'd like to. You know, a lot of the eggs in our egg boxes are almost certainly going to be megas. We asked you guys to send us megas because megas are rad, and there's not very many of them in X and Y that you can get in gameplay. So getting those megas in the boxes is huge, but you pull a Mega Stone in week 1, you can't even use it. And even later in the game, it's only good for that Pokemon. So if you pull a Mega that you don't particularly intend to use because it doesn't synergize well from a typing standpoint with your team or whatever, then it's kind of a whole, it's kind of a wash as a whole. It's an option in the bank, and that's great, but it doesn't do anything for you. There's a very real chance that Optimus is going to be leaving the team here shortly, probably to return in the late game because Bisharp is incredible, but it's going to be really difficult to carry a Pawniard all the way to level 52. But even if Optimus spends a good chunk of this series in the bank, that choice band is going to put in huge work. So once again, thank you, LA Caveman. This is a great Pokemon. It's going to be a huge asset to us this week and every other week. Just quickly running down, the team in addition includes Wellington, Beef Wellington, our Vivian, with a relaxed nature, down speed, up defense, which is not ideal, but is not terrible either. Vivian's pretty frail. A little bit extra bulk's not a bad thing. The lowered speed is a little bit unfortunate. It all definitely means that if our opponents are running Vivian, they're almost certainly going to be faster, and that's something we have to be very aware of. Compound Eyes, which boosts accuracy, which is incredible for powder moves, and I do believe that Vivian does get sleep powder by level up. Am I crazy? Am I wrong here? Let's find out. It won't take more than a minute. As long as I can spell. Vivian Gen 6. Vivian gets sleep powder by move relearner, so we will not get it by level up, but if we're still fuxing with our boy Wellington, by the time we get to the move relearner, we can relearn it with a heart scale, which is fair, honestly. I think that's not the worst outcome. Right now we have Tackle, Struggle Bug, Stun Spore, and Protect. Struggle Bug's actually really, really clutch. It's a spread move, first of all. It hits both sides of the field if there are two sides of the field. 50 base power special. Lower special attack of anything that it hits. So potentially actually really, really useful, especially in a double situation. And guess what, guys? Next chapter is doubles PvP. So really, really pleased overall with Wellington. Not an ideal friend, but a very good friend nonetheless. Also, I've never had this particular pattern of Vivian before, and it's fucking rad. I love it. He looks so cool. We also have, Jesus Christ, what am I doing wrong? How to play the Vigi game. How do? Okay, here we go. We got T-Bone, our Meryl. T-Bone, once again, less than ideal nature, quiet-natured, down speed plus special attack. Meryl's not the fastest boy to begin with, certainly, but lowering its speed to improve its bad attack stat is not ideal, especially because this is a huge power Meryl. Its attack stat is doubled, which isn't crazy as a Meryl, mind you. For reference, 18 attack doubled, 36 attack. That's pretty cool, right? Compare that to our Adamant Poniard, which has 39 attack. So it's still perspective. Perspective is important here. It'd be nice if T-Bone... Fun fact, baby Pokemon have a guaranteed 3 perfect IVs, like their intrinsic values. One of those was not attack for T-Bone. This is not a perfect attack stat, which is really unfortunate, especially because with a huge power Meryl, every point of attack is really 2 points of attack. So getting a 31 attack IV would have been monstrous, but we didn't, but that's okay. T-Bone is still really, really strong here with Rollout, Water Gun, Defense Curl, Water Sport. Get those good Defense Curl rollout strats going. You love to see it. We got our starter, our good boy Chespin, or Taquito the Chespin, rocking Tackle, Bite, Vine Whip, and Rollout. We did EV train our Pokemon. I'll go over spreads briefly. I'm not going to linger on them since I've already talked about the Pokemon. But Taquito is max HP, max attack, which I felt like was the best balancing. Like, I think that the best spread overall was probably max HP, max defense. But like, this is my starter. I need to use it for gameplay. It needs to carry me in a lot of things. That attack stat is going to help. We got Tackle, Bite, Vine Whip, Rollout. Very offensive Chapter 1 moveset. Definitely not what we want ideally from a Chestnut eventually. Like, we can't wait for that Spiky Shield. We can't wait for that Leech Seed. But for now, this is a pretty diverse move pool that's going to hit a lot of things. Last and least, we got Baloney the Bidoof. The simple Bidoof, naive nature, minus Spadef, plus speed with Tackle, Growl, and Defense Curl. We did EV train Baloney because we're using him. We might as well get the best value we can out of him. We went max HP, max Spadef, which in hindsight, not a lot of special things floating around this week. Probably should have gone physical, defense, or attack, but we didn't. This is where we live now, and that's fine. Mostly I was hoping to compensate for that reduced Spadef from its nature. Baloney's fine. Baloney is not going to be a major factor in any battles this week, I think, although, like, just eating hits and growling can be potentially valuable. So hopefully Baloney puts in work. As far as our other like spreads are concerned, we kept them pretty simple because we should, frankly. But we went max attack, max speed on Optimus. We went max special attack, max speed on Wellington, and we did a fair amount of HP with max attack and a fair amount of speed on T-Bone, something of a hybrid set between HP and speed there. But yeah, that's the team. Feel really good about this team overall. My big concern when I pulled the Poniard, though, was this is great, but Poniard is still an unevolved Pokemon. If if either of my opponents pull a single stage Pokemon out of their eggs, I could be in a lot of trouble. And that proved to be a really prescient thought. So for my opponents this week, Anna, our dear friend Anna Maservier, has a team of 2 going into PvP this week. That is her Vivian Obsession and her Aerodactyl Carmelite. So here's the deal. I'm not gonna talk about how her gameplay went. I'm not gonna talk about it. She has 2 Pokemon, a Vivian and an Aerodactyl, both of them flying types. We have Stealth Rock. This is not gonna go particularly great for you, girl Anna. Aerodactyl is strong. Aerodactyl is really strong. Aerodactyl is a problem. I don't think that Aerodactyl is going to be able to mow through my entire fucking team before I can bring it down, especially if it has to switch in through Stealth Rocks. Which, if I was Anna, that is what I would do, is I would lead with my Vivian. I would paralyze and just nuisance everything in sight as much as I possibly can before switching in the Aerodactyl to try to clean up and sweep, which means if that is true, if that's what Anna attempts, that Aerodactyl is going to take 25% damage just for coming in. Which is great. As far as game plan against Anna, I think for Anna, the choice band unquestionably goes to T-Bone, to our Meryl. because we're going to want Optimus to not be a lame duck after setting stealth rocks, and we definitely want rocks up against Anna. So we're going to lead Optimus, we're going to set our stealth rocks and kind of go from there, and we're going to stick our choice band on our Meryl so that when we decide to roll out, for instance, we're dealing maximum damage. Rollout is super strong, and we have 2 potential abusers on this team. Obviously, Taquito needs to be a little cautious. That's a lot of flying, a lot of bug, but again, it's 5-on-2. This is an unfair fight. Aerodactyl strong. Aerodactyl is, I don't think, strong enough to overcome 5v2, although I guess we will find out. Celeste's team, on the other hand. So Celeste's team going into the gym was her Froakie, her starter, a Pikachu, which is a really, really like dope and clutch encounter. Really sick that she pulled a Pikachu. She also pulled a Dunsparce and a Bidoof and a Baneri. So 3 bad early normal types. And so it was like, well, this is good for me, I think. Especially because I just looked at that and went, well, nothing can switch into grass. This will be fantastic. But then after the gym, Celeste benched that Baneri forever and pulled a Skarmory. A Skarmory, y'all. A Chapter 1 motherfucking Skarmory, which I cannot really hit worth a shit. If it has Brave Bird, which I imagine it will, Brave Bird or Drill Peck, right? I'm pretty sure both are egg moves. Skarmory, what you get for egg moves, Skarmory? It's definitely at least going to have Peck, which is probably enough, frankly. Brave Bird and Drill Peck, both egg moves. So yeah, probably going to have one of those. Probably going to have its own stealth rocks. Probably, if I was a betting man, going to have maybe Whirlwind Pursuit, maybe, or Assurance. Some combination thereof. But yeah, really hard hitting Flying Stab, not off of a super offensive Mon, but a single stage Mon in Chapter 1. 80 base attack is not incredible. It is so good when compared to these unevolved Pokemon. We are going to have a lot of problems against Celeste. A lot of problems. Even if we are able to successfully navigate around and take down the Skarmory, it is going to take such a heavy toll on our team that I don't think that we will be able to deal with the rest of it, frankly. I think against Celeste, we still lead with Optimus. We still set Stealth Rocks. And I think that, ironically, we still give the Choice Band to T-Bone, to our Meryl. For better or worse, I think our best strategy in this match is to try to get T-Bone out against something not named Skarmory and start setting up rollout, so that if Skarmory comes in, it has to eat a higher power rollout. That's a really dodgy strategy, and it requires Celeste to play badly. I don't think we can win this fight if Celeste does not play badly. We are going to hold Taquito in reserve in the back. If we are able to somehow, against all odds, bring down that Skarmory, Taquito can just come in and click Vine Whip and nothing wants it. So I think at that point that kind of becomes our late game win con. We might, I guess, game time decision. There is also a chance that we lead Wellington, our Vivian, and just try to paralyze something turn 1, which I think also has a lot of value, especially since Celeste's team is not nearly as stealth rock. We still want to get our rocks up, especially because Celeste is likely to have her own rocks. Yeah, actually, I think we will lead Wellington because we're not going to want to switch our Vivian in against quad effective stealth rocks. So just leading with it, letting it do its dirt and then die is probably the best use for our boy Wellington in this particular fight. So yeah, lead Wellington, paralyze whatever can be paralyzed, and go from there. Baloney's here as a pivot and probably to die if we're being 100. If we can pivot into Baloney, Growl, especially Growl into that Skarmory and reduce its offensive power, so that we can better handle it, then I think that's going to be a good use. All in all, if I was going to speculate, I'd say that we are probably going to end into the chapter 1-1 in PvP, likely in second place by a nose, by a hair, with Celeste in the lead significantly. I'm going to call that Celeste wins both her PvP matches this week. I beat Anna. We'll see if that holds true in Prescient, or if myself or Anna is able to pull up a major upset here. But that Skarmory's a really great chapter 1 poll. But yeah, you guys will have to check it out when the videos go live. I hope that you're cheering for your boy, and we have a really good time. I'm really glad to be back doing the show and doing these team builders with you guys. So yeah, we'll be back. We're still figuring out the timing on YouTube uploads, so forgive me, but we should be back, I would imagine, this week, continuing our Pokemon X Nuzlocke adventure, and continuing the series. So I hope that you guys are excited for that, and of course, be sure to check your podcatcher for the new episode of Blastburn Radio podcast on Monday. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. As always, I have been Jolly by Nature. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Hey, what's up, everybody? You made it to the end of the video. That is so awesome. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons so you stay up to date on what I and my co-hosts are doing right here on the Blastburn Radio YouTube page. Also, be sure to check out Blastburn Radio Podcast, which is available wherever fine pods are casted, as well as at our website down below at blastburnradio.com. But yeah, we'll be back next time, and I hope to see you there. Take care.